Back to another segment of Manifest with SII Power with your host Dwight. And on this segment, we're going to talk about manifesting. So we're all master manifestors, right? And so I received some questions. And so I'm going to answer the question, but not directly. I'm going to answer it indirectly. And so basically, when it comes to manifesting, we're always manifesting. We're never not manifesting. The question becomes, are you manifesting what you desire, what you truly desire, or are you manifesting what you don't desire? So intentionally, right? Are you getting the results that you want, or unknowingly or unintentionally, are you getting the results that you don't want? So you're kind of missing the mark, or you're missing a step in your movie. Irregardless of which ones you're getting, everything can be enhanced and all things are possible now. It's just your focus, right? What's going on inside your head? What's the internal conversation? What's the inner conversation? What's the self-talk? What's the conscious auto-suggestion? What kind of stories are you telling yourself? Okay. How are you thinking? What are your thought impulses, thinking patterns, and thought processes? And then how are you feeling? And then what are you emotionalizing? Right? Because this is going to reveal what you're believing at the core level, which ties into your perceptions, how you see yourself, your self-concept, your identity, your concept of self, or your self-image, whichever word resonates with you the most. How you see yourself, how you see others, and how you see your world. Then that takes you into expectations, and this reveals your habits and your behaviors, which lead to your actions, which equal your results, your outcomes, your harvest, and your yields. This is what it is. So everything that's outside of you has been pushed out from inside of you. So the law of correspondence doesn't say as below, so above, or as without, so within. It's the reverse of that, right? Because we know that reality is a mirror reflection. And so the law of correspondence says as above, so below, or as in heaven, so on earth, as within, so without. So you can't blame your results on anyone. You can just look in the mirror and point the finger back at yourself, right? That's what mirror work is about. Everything is a mirror reflection of what's going on inside of you. So when it comes to manifesting, you hear about breakthroughs, or someone getting their dream car, marrying a specific person, getting a pay increase, or getting a promotion on the job, or winning some type of trip to France or something like that. And that person manifested that. And so what happened was they matched the frequency, they matched the vibration. How did they do that? Through their thought, through their story, through their feelings, through their emotions, through their beliefs, through their perceptions, through their expectations, through their habits, behaviors, and actions. That's how they did it. Now, it doesn't matter if they did it unknowingly or unconsciously, or knowingly, consciously. That's the difference. So it's not what we're doing with the 2%, right? The conscious mind, the ego, right? The critical analytical divide. That's not what we're doing there. It's your subconscious. It's the programs. It's the hypnotic societal programming. It's the epigenetics. It's the generational codes that's running, that's dictating and orchestrating all of this. Now, you're not aware of this, but what you need to do, instead of always trying to worry about the how or the when, and conjuring up the doubt on why something can't happen for you, you just need to fall back and become the observer, or become the watcher, and watch where your thoughts go. Watch how you're feeling. Watch the inner conversation that's taking place in you, because this is always happening, right? And you don't need to do it from a judgmental standpoint, because what you judge, you can't transmute, you can't transcend, and you can't transform. So you just need to just observe and see what's going on just for a couple days, or as you remember, going throughout the day is a good time to do this too. And just see where your mind goes. What state are you usually in? Where does your mind go deliberately? As soon as you wake up, as soon as you park and you get ready to walk into work. These are the things that you need to pay attention to, because they'll show you, right? Failure leaves clues, success leaves clues. So these things will be revealed to you. Then what you can do after you've observed for a couple of days, you can just begin to ask questions. Okay, why do I start thinking that pattern of thought? Why do I start feeling that way? Why do I always say I can't afford it? Or whatever words you're using. And as you begin to just go through your process, your journey, things will be uncovered for you. And then deliberately, intentionally, you can begin to plant seed that you water, you nurture, and you cultivate, that over time, space, repetition, the 18 days, the 21 days, the 30 days, the 63 days, the 90 days, you'll see your process, your maturation process, and see how you see little changes in you, and you see how you become a different version of yourself. Because this is not to be spiritual and spooky. You are passing through superimposed realities. You're passing through parallel realities. You're passing through alternate realities, now moment by now moment. But you don't see it as such, because you're caught up in man-made constructs such as time and days and, emotions, how you feel, you're supposed to feel on a Tuesday or a Wednesday. But you're not realizing that you're passing through different parallel realities all the time. You're just not aware of it. You're not conscious. You're not woke to it. So as you begin to go through your process of being the observer, asking questions to try to uncover things, these things will be made clear to you, and you'll be able to see, really see. And then as you begin to adjust your perception, things will change, because they say when you change the way that you look at things, the things that you look at begin to change. But for the large part, we are just not woke. So in getting ready to wrap up, the people that ask the questions, here's what I have to say to the questions that you asked. And to some of y'all, it may answer your questions, and then to some of y'all, you may not feel like you got the full answer to your questions. But here's what I can tell you. Everything points back to you. So you are the source. You are the power. And when you know that you are the one that's creating your reality, that you are the one, intentionally or unintentionally manifesting your reality or pushing things out of you to the external, then you can take your power back, and you can begin to make the necessary adjustments that you need to make in your thinking, in your feeling, in your emotions, in the storytelling, in your belief system, and in your perceptions, and then what you are expecting to happen. As you do this, you'll begin to see shifts in your production, in your outcomes, in your harvest, your yields, and your results. This is how it works. It's what's happening inside of you is manifesting on the outside of you. And so you got to understand that you are the source, you are the power, and stop thinking that things outside of you are making these things happen. The quicker you come to grips with that, I think the sooner you'll be able to make the adjustments, and you can begin to really mature in your process and your journey, and you can begin to, more often than not, produce the results that you actually want. instead of just receiving and accepting things because you've made deductive assumptions and you've held on to limiting beliefs or unbeliefs, and you've produced or birthed unfruitful harvests. We've been live on Manifest with SII Power with your host, Dwight, and I'm going to leave you with this quote. If you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you, if you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, but make allowance for their doubting too. This is an excerpt from Rudyard Kipling's If. Peace.